Guys, they said Queen Naomi's father was in shock over what she told him about going back to the palace. You know, they said something happened that got everybody worried about Queen Naomi. Yes, because they said that after like a day or two that she came back from Morocco, she have been talking with the king. That night, they said she speak with Kabiyesi all through the night. So they have been talking and talking and talking and all of that. Then I think that day they said that this conversation ended around 2, 3 in the midnight that day, and they were talking about that full moon ritual and some other things. And they went to bed. Then the next morning, they said Queen Naomi wake up with so much anger, allegedly. Unlike her, they said she have not been like that, for a very long time. And we all know that when Queen Naomi's uncle came back to fight for her freedom, the father at some point joined the uncle. They were fighting, doing everything within their power to see that Queen Naomi regains her total freedom from the king. But they said the reason they stopped was because along the line, Queen Naomi said she wanted to go back to her husband, that she still loves her husband. And then they said the father said, okay, since it has gotten to that stage, there is nothing they can do again. And the truth is that Queen Naomi is an adult. She knows what she wanted for herself. And she knows that Kabiyesi is a good king. He's a good man on his own. Apart from the fact that there is so much manipulations in the palace. So that was why Queen Naomi's father started supporting Queen Naomi's return. Even they say at some point the mother did not want her to go back. And when the father started supporting her, the mother have no other choice than to join to support her return and all of that. So, and then Kabiyesi became so serious about all the rituals and everything. And this thing continued like this. So they have been in a very good relationship. Queen Naomi doesn't complain about the king going out with the wives because they are married to him. There is nothing anyone can do about it. They are married, they are married. But the fact remains that Kabiyesi might marry all of them, but his heart yearns for Queen Naomi. Yes, because that's the only reason he will have about 6 of them in that palace, and yet he will still be going for Queen Naomi because they are beautiful in their own way. They have maybe it is Queen Naomi's character that is pushing Kabiyesi back to her, or whatever, or the fate, the destiny that we have been hearing about, because a lot have been said about their relationship. Some people said it did not start today. It started in 14 centuries ago. Some people said it is Kabiyesi's destiny. Some people said it is Queen Naomi's. There is no kind of story that we have not heard about these two. But one thing I noticed personally is that Kabiyesi loves Queen Naomi so, so much that he cannot let go. Yes, you know why I said all of this? Kabiyesi have been married, at least I think he married about 2 women before marrying Queen Naomi. Go and check Kabiyesi's pictures and videos with those women. Then, before Queen Naomi's own. Even after Queen Naomi, go and check his pictures and videos with these current ones. You could see, whenever you see him with Queen Naomi in those past videos and pictures, you could see true love. You will see that these two, they are meant for each other. You will see that, sometimes if I'm watching their video, I'll be like, oh God, why did you allow this kind of temptation to come to this marriage? But God knows the best. And sometimes destiny must play out. There is nothing anyone can do about it. And one thing about this whole thing is that if Kabiyesi and Queen Naomi finally reconcile now, they will know, Kabiyesi will know Queen Naomi's worth. Queen Naomi still will know Kabiyesi's worth. And they will also know that this person is so important to my life. I don't have to thread him with anything, or I don't want to thread her with anything. They will be more careful. You see, sometimes when couple have issues like this and finally reunite, it's looking like they just got married newly. I'm just saying. So according to what we are hearing, so when Queen Naomi wake up that morning, she was disturbed. She was complaining that why will Kabiyesi always claim to love her, and yet Kabiyesi will be going out with all of these women. That is something that Queen Naomi have not seen as a problem before. That Kabiyesi have the right to change certain culture and tradition in their land. That this is too much. This, they said she was complaining. At that point, her mother was so worried that this is unlike her. Why is she complaining? And you know that from this complaining now, the next thing you will hear is that she said she wants to be on her own. She doesn't need crowd. And that is her usual term now. So that was how they said the mother started calling on her godmother, Reverend Funke. And Reverend Funke have to call her on the phone. They said for hours they were talking. Reverend Funke told her that these people have come again, that this is not ordinary, that the enemies have come again. And it's like they showed Queen Naomi something of that nature while they were in that program, because they said at some point Reverend Funke have to remind her dream, her revelation while they were in Morocco about this whole thing. So at some point, the Reverend Funke was able to convince her, and they said they also set out days for prayers regarding this. So any spirit of confusion that the enemy is projecting towards her, that it will not work. And to Kabiyesi too, because you know that it can also happen to anyone. So at this point, they said even Queen Naomi's mother also called the father, because we all know that they said Queen Naomi listened to the father, especially ever since all of this whole thing started. Because when Queen Naomi wanted to get married to the king, the man did not agree from what we are hearing. But the mother said, no, you cannot come and make such a decision in the life of my daughter after all the suffering, because they said it is the mother who single-handedly raised her and her siblings. But that does not stop Queen Naomi from having a good relationship with her father, due to the fact that daughters and their fathers, you cannot explain the relationship between them. That is always between them. So now, when the father came to see Queen Naomi to talk to her based on what they told him about her reaction that day, they said with everything the father was trying to explain to her, letting her know that Kabiyesi can move with those women, that they are married to him already and there is nothing anyone can do about it. They said Queen Naomi was like, I don't understand. She was acting as if everything they said about her never happened. She told the father that she did not know anything about what he is talking about. That there was never a time he wanted to leave Kabiyesi. That she is the one that made up her mind to go back to Kabiyesi. If Kabiyesi like, let him marry 100 wives. If he like, let him be moving out with all of them. It's none of her business. The only thing that matters to her is let her occupy her space in his life as his wife. That's all. That was what they said Queen Naomi told the father. And the father was shocked. And at that point, the father knows that these people must have projected spirit of confusion that day that thing happened. But due to prayers and everything, she got better, And I was like, this is good news also, because if not that she have that maybe that projection did not get to her the way they wanted it. If assuming what they projected got her very well, that by now she will still be acting wide, and it will cause a lot of problem on this ritual from what we are hearing. So they said the father was surprised when Queen Naomi told her that she doesn't know what he is talking about. Allegedly, don't forget, they are all alleged unverified information making rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact unless you verify them, okay? Thanks for watching. Please do well to subscribe to this channel if you are yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Turn on the notification bell and give this video a thumbs up and share my video. I love you guys. Bye. See you.